Hello and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online Vvardenfell. We are outside of Barilzar's tower after we last time crossed from Vivec City and basically went trudging throughout most of this area. We haven't been down by the coastline, so that might be an interest for later, but we know that we are almost certainly going to go back to Vivec City once we are done with this quest to hand this quest in. And I know that there is at least a quest in Suran, and most likely there is also a quest in Morlock Mar, so there is plenty to do before we head back. And hopefully it won't send us too far away like the quest in Balmora did. So, without further ado, let's investigate Barilzar's tower. The hint is says to enter Barilzar's tower in order to investigate it. The so-called Velothi Towers were built by the Chima in the early days when Morrowind was known as Raystein. Whoa, that was brief. Could you give me some time? I want to read the lore. I guess I'll have to read it on the back when I edit it. I mean, you can just pause the video. I can't do that until I start editing. So there is that. Huki, Barilzar's laboratory. Oh, he's still alive. I had understood it that he was not alive anymore. That he was sort of like this was a remnant of. Ooh. Nope. Yeah, sure. So these are tonal resonators. If you remember from Skyrim and the Ethereum Wars. Ooh, what's this? That's a bit too long to read out loud right now, but oh, it was this one. I thought it was one of these, but no, guess not. I'll get to him in a bit. Understructure. That's. I'm guessing that the understructure is probably inhabited by something less pleasant. Anyway, so these tonal resonators, you remember these from Argentham's, the large ruin that sort of starts off the Ethereum Wars questline in the Dawnguard DLC. So I'm assuming that I'm going to activate these eventually for the sake of turning this crystal on. But let's hear what Barilzar himself has to say as soon as we have looted his place for lockpicks. And gears. I mean, it's not like I'm taking the big ones. You can keep those. But the small ones I can sell. Ooh. Helmet of a Centurion.
Such displeasure and disappointment. Nothing works, even though every calculation is precise. Now an interruption. How infuriating. Wait. Sometimes the great gear turns from frustration to opportunity.
Do you know anything about divine energy?
Divine energy? I'll have you know I participated in Lord Sother Seal's 9 analyses of the exalted enigmas. But we have more important matters. I'm about to determine the correlation between color and time, and I could use another set of hands.
If I help you, will you answer my questions? So, it's been a while, but the reason we are out here is that the main Vvardenfell questline had us, on behalf of Vivec himself, go out and investigate some disturbances of various kinds. So, we've investigated a disturbance near the Ashlanders. I'm not really sure what there is to glean from that, but, I mean, we've done it. We also had one more other part, but I don't remember this. So this is the third and last part of that quest.
A reciprocal exchange. Interesting, yes. I can see the benefits of such an arrangement. Very well. Just activate the crystals in the proper sequence while I modulate the energy flow. Less chance of an explosion that way.
What do you want me to do
Waste
again?
repeating words. Activate the crystals in the proper order. It's all about colours, like a rainbow. Make a mistake and reset the mechanism using that lever, unless it explodes. You'd be surprised how often that happens.
Like a rainbow. Got it. Do I, though? I mean, are we going dark to light or light to dark? Let's go dark to light, so from the outside and in.
No. Reset the mechanism and try
Okay.
again.
Ah. Ooh, that's a big old button. Alright, so it's not dark to light. Light to dark then, maybe.
Smoke instead of light. Not the reaction I was hoping for.
Oh.
Activated, but not in the proper sequence. Try again.
Oh.
That didn't do anything good. No. Reset the mechanism and try again.
Are we sure that yellow is the right starter? I'm gonna try with blue.
That didn't do anything good.
Okay. Red then?
A good start. Keep going.
Okay, red, yellow, green, blue?
Correct. So far, so good. Nice clockwork you are.
Okay.
Close, very close. One more to go. Yes, I love it when the gears align. Perfect. Such are the benefits of an extra set of appendages. The energy flows freely and without disruption, allowing the rods and the pistons to align in a most pleasing manner. Thank you. Now, why do you want to know about divine energy?
Well, I was sent to ask you about the transfer of divine energy.
Sent? How intriguing. I was just thinking about my former master, the Seal, and the experiments we conducted. He desperately sought to understand the power he and his companions attained, especially whether or not that power was temporary.
Did so the Seal reach a
Not when
conclusion?
I assisted him. He had a tool that he used to drain away minute bits of his own divine energy to store and study. He could extract it and return it as he saw fit. Not sure what became of the tool, but here are my notes from those days.
These notes should be helpful. Can I ask you a few more questions?
Well, Lord Sotha Seal attributed curiosity to intellectual superiority. Suppose I should do the same. Ask, and I will attempt to tighten the cogs of your ongoing education as best I can.
I like that. He's not sort of, oh, you're asking questions. How stupid are you? Why don't you know all the things all at once? He's not, like, obviously he's the Dunmer, so he's stuck up his own ass. That's part of the course. But he seems to at least be reasonable. Reasonably stuck up his own ass. That tool you mentioned, is it a weapon?
Odd question. Is a hammer a weapon? A saw? A Dwemer spring spanner? No, it was just a tool. A device crafted by Sotha Seal to aid...
I mean, a hammer.
Suppose I could have found ways to modify the device, but
I mean,
for what reason?
I mean, okay, a saw is a non-chainsaw, not an optimal weapon. A spanner, yeah, sure, that's blunt force, not the most obvious choice. But a hammer, a weapon? I mean, it's mainly a tool first, but if you consider a hammer a tool, then maybe people are nails. Do you know where the tool is now?
Tools have a way of wandering off when you don't stay vigilant. Had a guava that used to swallow tools when I wasn't looking.
What?
Glowed for a month until the enchantment dissipated and the tool passed.
Okay.
Should have heard the screams.
Right. You worked with
I was his
the
apprentice,
seal.
but that was years ago. Spent time working in the Clockwork City. That's what I learned about energy transference, Dwemer engineering, mechanical symmetry. Made me the dark elf I am today. I have a question. Who sent you?
Archcanon Tarvis
The
sent me.
Archcanon, Lord Vivek's High Priest. Suddenly the gears align. I can think of a number of reasons that Alm and V would want to know about C and his tools, but some doors just shouldn't be opened.
Tell me more about
He is the
Seal.
father of mysteries and the architect of time, one of the tribunal, the three living gods of the Dark Elves. Creates all sorts of helpful and intriguing devices, like the Clockwork City. I haven't seen my old master in many years.
What's the Clockwork
It's a
City?
wonder and a miracle. All brass tunnels, glass domes, and giant gears. He was inspired by the work of the Dwemer. The Clockwork City is pure so for seal. He made it to forge the future and reshape the world. I learned a lot there.
I mean, it wants us to go out the sort of standard way. Oh! I can't even enter. Well, butter my biscuits and call me a bull. That didn't exactly go to plan. I mean, it went without a hitch, sure. But then again, I suppose it is quite the opposite of our adventure in Balmora. So, in that sense, I certainly don't mind it. Okay, I believe Molag Mar is not too far.
This requires a considerable
Oh, it's a bit
amount of
further than I
effort. So
remembered.
just listen. We have a problem here. Return to my office immediately.
Well, if you can consider immediately as in a couple of episodes down the line, I mean, I have a couple of villages or cities to go through and help first. There might be something with this farmland. I haven't investigated here. I haven't investigated here. There's something here. So, yeah. I think what we will do is this was trespassing area. And it also is not marked, like, it has another one of these unmarked but named Daedric ruins. But if we scoop... But no, because we went this way then when we got here. So we haven't been up here. This is probably another Daedric ruin. Yeah, I think I want to go this way around, sort of try and hitch the edge of this lake. I don't think I can get up these mountains very easily. So we'll just cross in over when it's possible, heading north for now. Also because there's a structure nearby that may be of at least some interest. Like, I mean, this Dwemer structure. Can I jump, climb through? Yes, I can. Haha! Thank you, Skyrim. for teaching me your ways. Is our stat booster on? Probably. I mean, our experience booster is, so I'm gonna assume that the stat booster is as well. If nothing else, as soon as we get into combat, we can check. The experience booster is a little difficult to check. I might... Ooh, I think that could have gotten me stuck. And I'd rather not get stuck if I can avoid it. Ooh. It's not marked. It's not named. Is it even enterable? I don't know. Ooh, parkour. Parkour, indeed. Oh, well, that seems a bit more of a main structure, this. Yep. Yep. That was not where I wanted to fall. No entrance here, no. And no treasures either. There's a boat. So there really is no entrance to this here. I mean, there probably is somewhere else. And if there isn't, well... Alright. I don't really want to cross the water just yet. There is another one over there. I do want to check out what's in this boat, if anything. There could be law books. Or there could be absolutely nothing. Small campsite. Stripped remains. It would be impossible to identify whoever this was if it wasn't for the personal effects nearby. The bones have been completely picked clean. Oh. Sure. I mean, it's not a cauldron? What's it? Garlic chutney. Garlic tomato chutney. Yep, that's... doesn't sound too bad, but... Oh. A delve. Matus Akin egg mine. Not gonna head inside. So this is another nothing. Shash Pilamet. Try and say that while you are intoxicated. So another Daedric ruin. Not yet seen any hostiles here. Bandits. Oh. Well, we can check if our stat booster is on. It is. Okay. Oh. Hop. And another one. Nah. Oh, no, that's just a water skin. So what is this? Holamayan Monastery. How much time do we have? 10 minutes. Well, with the distance that we have to get back to Molag Ma... Was it Molag Ma? Yes, it was. For some reason, my brain wanted me to say that it was Molag Mal or something like that. I mean, it probably could have been as well. Yoink! See if I can find a way. No, those mountains are not climbable. Well, cliffs, rather, but still. At least they certainly don't look it. So I won't be wasting time on trying. Not today. I mean, it's alright if we go a little over time. That's not a problem. It's just nicer, because a really long video, that has a long rendering time. And, I mean, again, still, I'm not running that tight a ship because, well, A, I'm not making money out of this. I'm purely doing this because I want to. Oi! Oi! Red Exile, what are you doing over here? That's alright. Well, doesn't matter what you were doing, because now you're not doing anything. Yep. No entrance into that mighty structure. Oh! Oh! Nice. Now, if I could do it without losing any picks, that would be doubly nice. Oh, yes. Oh, they are researchable. Nice. The only category of inventory items that I believe I am not particularly well versed in are shields. Anything else I believe is more or less... oh, can I perhaps jump type this? Nah, I don't think I can. Oh. Well, hello. I did think that I did land on something. God, biscuits. On something that did not look like a rock. For experience. Nope. Okay. Could also look for another one of those tombs. Doesn't look like there's anything here though. Another camp. Pilgrim. This pilgrim was killed recently, but aside from the ragged tear across his abdomen and some bite marks, the body is mostly intact. Perhaps the deceased buoyant armiger drove the creature off before it could finish its meal. Perhaps. Let's see. This buoyant armiger appears to have died defending the pilgrim lying dead nearby. Her helmet is spattered in a vicious ichor that smells of month-old fish. Blech. Were you defending her with a dagger? I don't know if you're stupid or really brave and also stupid. A dagger. Now, had it been a duelist dagger, then we could talk about it being a defensive weapon. But I don't think that's the case. Because I don't think that's a thing in this universe. Hey, what? Hellan Ancestral Tomb. It's enterable, so I better not, because it's almost... What? Buoyant armiger. Buoyant armiger. See, that's what happens when a settlement is this small. You risk having quest givers appear twice. I mean, they could be different armigers, but... So it's only one quote-unquote building, but they are sort of hub-like, so a lot of people live in them. Well, what's up with this bend? That might be interesting to check out with the last 5 minutes. And beating up a couple of elites, say, sure isn't something that's too time-consuming. Now, if there is something more powerful, we'll take it from there. Sure. I have a stack of it, so... Ooh. And they call it a mine. I call it a mess. Really? No treasures up here? Okay, fair enough. Well, at least I did check. That might be for a quest, or that might just be set dressing. All's fine. Oh. No. There could be crypts hiding here. I mean, there are 30 on the entire map of Vvardenfell. And I think I found like 9, maybe 10. And I feel like I've been at least, well, perhaps not all over, but like some 40% or something like that. So I'm a little concerned. Well, this road is... Are you saying that this is the road? You are. Okay, that was shorter than I thought, but never mind. Let's go back to more like Mar then. And yeah, we can start the quest right now. See what it's about.
Oh,
hello. Ooh, an elite. Yes, I am holding.
Be wary, traveler. Pilgrims have been attacked on these roads. Should you encounter violence, don't hesitate to call on us. We're here to protect you.
Okay. Okay. Let's dwell on that for a brief second before we end the episode. Most of the things in general in Tamriel are quite dangerous for civilians. And the distances are quite great, with a lot of impassable terrain. But sure, I'm deep in the Ashland. There's a fetcher fly golem beating my face in. I'll remember to call you, 'cause that'll work. Okay, I can handle myself, but what's the cause of these attacks?
I hope your confidence is merited. We have our hands full with the Dreg and the Ashlanders, so rescues are in short supply. Captain Artesia Naros is at the canton of Molagmar. She can tell you more than I. Safe travels?
I'll speak to her. Investigate the pilgrim disappearances around Molagmar. Well, I don't really like to deal with dregs, but if we have to, then we have to. Right, we shall talk to Captain Naros in the next episode, but until then, Take care.